Hi guys, this is Omer from MMOHut.com, and I'll do another quick weekly recap of MMO news and announcements for the week ending September 18th, 2011. And as you can see from the video playing in the background, the first piece of news that we're going to take a look at this week has to do with Tribes Ascend, a new free-to-play MMO FPS being developed by Hi-Rez Studios, the same studio behind the unique MMO shooter Global Agenda. The news is that Tribes Ascend is now accepting closed beta applications for its upcoming beta, which will begin most likely in late September or early October. And this is kind of a big deal because the game is based on the critically acclaimed Tribes franchise of shooting games and will feature fast-paced multiplayer action with jetpacks. And yes guys, jetpacks can instantly make any shooting game more fun. The game's closed beta will feature 4 maps, 2 game modes, 3 vehicles, and 12 playable classes, and the game will support up to 32 players in a single map, which is actually pretty cool because most MMOFPS games don't support nearly that many. And is this guy in the video going to get killed? Looks like he did. Go him. The next bit of news, guys, is a small update from Wargaming, the same guys behind World of Tanks, and the news is that they launched the official website for World of Battleships, their upcoming battleship-based World War II themed MMO. The game's official website releases some screenshots for the game as well as a trailer for the game, which is the trailer you're seeing right now. It's not an actual in-game trailer rather than a random cinematic trailer. That's why game companies make these. I want to see the actual gameplay, not these random cutscenes. But the game's website does reveal that the game will have 3 playable classes of ships called aircraft carriers, battleships, and light destroyers. Unfortunately guys, the site does not reveal when the game will be entering closed beta or open beta, so it may still be a while before the game actually launches. Next up guys, on September 14th, Zemi Interactive announced 2 new dungeons for their 4-story game, called Hellfire's Labyrinth and Marduk's Nest. Both dungeons include new monsters and new loot, but unfortunately there is no release date for these dungeons, it'll just be added with the next patch. Up next guys, on September 15th, 2011, Alliance Online announced its October update, which will be releasing in both North America and Europe sometime in October. New content in the patch will investigate the Great Mage Sept in the new zone of Kingdom of Elements. A new Arena of Death will be available at any time or day for PvP battles, and will include a matchmaking system for players to match up against players of their level and skill. Also included in the Alliance update will be a feature in the game which will allow players to customize the inside of their own astral ship. In addition, the game's fatigue system has been removed, and bonus experience will be granted for killing monsters, which will speed up leveling, and content between levels 1 and 25 will be smoothed out, which likely means it'll be XP increased to improve the game's leveling curve. 2 new classes have also been introduced to the game's world, which brings the class total up to 30. And the video you're seeing in the background, guys, is not a specific trailer for this update, but rather just the Alliance Online launch trailer. Not sure why they don't release more new trailers, because if they did, I would use them. Next up, guys, on September 15th, 2011, T3 Fun came out and announced the latest expansion pack for Hellgate called Tokyo. Hellgate Tokyo will be available to global players starting September 22nd. The update introduced a new storyline that expands the game's already decent amount of content. The new update adds 24 new levels of content, 2 new game modes, as well as new monsters and loot. The version of Hellgate being published by T3 Fun is a global version of the game, so anyone should be able to play it. And the video you're seeing in the background is just a random gameplay trailer for Hellgate. Up next guys, also on September 15th, is the latest update for Crossfire, and this is worth mentioning because Crossfire is actually a really popular MMOFPS game. The update includes a new game mode called Zombie Mode where players fight against, you guessed it guys, zombies and mutants. Not sure why every MMOFPS game nowadays wants to add a zombie mode, but it seems like that's the case. Aside from the new game mode and maps, several new weapons, items, and achievements have been added, including a new character. So it's actually a moderately sized update. Next up guys, on September 14th, 2011, Bloodline Champions releases a major update to the game, which Stunlock Studios, the company behind the game, dubs the biggest Bloodline Champions update since launch. Included in the major update to the game is a new progression system which allows players to customize their characters the same way you can in League of Legends via the game's rune and mastery system. Also included in the massive update is a brand new matchmaking system which promises to make matchmaking a whole lot easier, which will make you find games quicker and against players of equal skill level. Now the game actually launched without much traction. Hopefully this update to the game does make the game more attractive to players because the gameplay itself is really cool, and the game actually does distinguish itself from other MOBA style games because it does have the same RPG elements that League of Legends and Heroes of New Earth both have. Also including the update guys, a huge list of changelog stuff for each individual character. Lots of tweaks have been made, lots of balances, all that good stuff. Next up guys, it's actually a bit of older news which I forgot to mention last week, and the news is that R2 Online is now in pre-closed beta. I'm not sure what pre-closed beta is, but the pre-closed beta is scheduled to run between September 7th and until September 21st. Hopefully after the pre-closed beta, the game will go into actual closed beta where more players can actually try out the game. Now the game's full name is R2 Reign of Revolution, and this is the official trailer for the game. Seeing that the game is in pre-closed beta is a bit of good news though, because the game is actually going to come out pretty soon. The game will be available to global audiences, so there won't be any IP blocks in place, which is good. In fact, I don't think any games have IP restrictions because one big server is always better. Well guys, that's it for MMO news, but as for upcoming games, we have nothing. But as for games that recently launched, we have Kultan from Big Point, which went into open beta on September 13th, 2011, and as you can see from the gameplay, it's actually a sea-based game. There aren't really that many naval MMORPGs out there, but this is one of them. The game is actually on the browser, but for a browser-based game, it does look kind of cool. I will have a first look for the game coming up real soon, and it does use the Unity 3D engine. The next and last bit of news this week, guys, is that as of September 14th, 2011, Rusty Heart from Perfect World Entertainment is now live into open beta. Open beta features a number of changes, including the raising of the game's level cap from 20 to 25, adding 150 new quests, 50 new story quests, a new village hub called The Church, 16 new dungeons, 500 new items, 50 new skills, and a whole lot more. When a game usually goes from closed beta to open beta, there really aren't that many changes, but it's cool to see a lot of new things being added to Rusty Hearts. Well guys, that's it for MMO news and announcements for the week ending September 18th, 2011. Now if you want to read about or learn more about any of the news mentioned in this video, simply head on over to MMOHut.com/news. If you want to discuss anything in this video, simply head on over to MMOHut.com/forums. Anyway guys, this is Omer, signing off.